Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota. And I should let you know that we have a storm coming through. So if I have trouble, if my power should go out, I am using my phone though, so I think that would be fine. But the light would go out and actually it would be quite dark. So if we have troubles, we'll see where we are in my video and then we'll go from there. So I guess I wouldn't have much warning though, would I? So I'm looking for some things here in my, I call it my secret box, but let's see. All right, today we're talking about the sweet sale that starts tomorrow. So any product that is currently available that is part of a suite is going to be on sale starting tomorrow for the end of through the end of the month. Hello Kathy, thank you for joining me. Through the end of the month, so it's buy one get one at 50% off, and as usual for most of these buy one get ones, you pay for the most expensive one and the lower priced one is 50% off. So you have to be kind of careful with what you have in your cart. Let's say you have 2 bundles and 2 packs of designer series paper. The designer series paper will be less than the bundles, so both of those would be 50% off if all 4 of those things are part of suites. I've been on the website today pretending I live in the South Pacific because they are well into June 3rd down there. And I've been playing around, and you just have to look at your prices, know what full price is or what the current price is, and then it does it automatically for you. The other thing is I just checked, and if your lower price item is already on sale from the last chance products, if it was part of a suite, now part of last chance, and it's discounted, it takes half of the discounted price. So, and we have new things going on to the last chance tomorrow, so watch your cart carefully before you hit submit that order, and I'll be home for most of the day tomorrow, and then all day Wednesday, I think all day Thursday too. So if you have questions, concerns, reach out to me. That'd be great. You know where to find me, North Star Stamper, consistently throughout social media and my blog. I've been busy. I have so many things on my blog right now. Hopefully you're aware of that. All right. We're just talking about a variety of things. This paper, it's called the Full of Life. Do you remember this? Let me pull some pieces out so you can look at it. Look at these beautiful colors. They're just so bright and cheery, and I need to make some birthday cards. And for kids, especially, I like to use bright papers. So we're going to use this, and we're going to make a quick card. I love this paper so much that I already have a full pack for when I'm done with this partial pack. It's just so bright and cheery, and I love making bright and cheery cards. So we're going to start with that. And I have on my table the Heartfelt Hexagon Punch. Sadly, the stamp set that coordinates with this is no longer available, but this is a great shape. So we're going to punch hexagons out of the paper and then add it to a card. And it's going to be a quick card. Have you been on YouTube and seen my Fast or Frugal Friday videos? This is the kind of thing I do during those videos. I share a quick tip. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. And then I have samples, and I usually don't make a whole card. Well, sometimes I do. And if I do Fast Friday, I try to make a card fast, and it usually includes designer series paper. So these are the greetings for all, I believe, and I thought this might be kind of fun to use one of these happy birthdays. So I'm going to show you how I store some of these things. So my ephemera packs go in an old kit box. It's kind of like a paper pumpkin box. And all of these things, look at all these. I could make a quick card. Oh, I love the balloons. I could make a quick card in a matter of minutes. Maybe I'll time myself. Maybe I'll do that Friday. No, I don't know. I thought I'd use scraps from this designer series paper on Friday for my Fast or Frugal Friday. So these are part of ephemera packs. Quick and easy. Great to take on trips. I'll share with you also other things I have on my table. These are the Adhesive Back Shiny Sequins. I think they're retired, but I liked the green and yellow ones and pink ones on here. And then I have Iridescent Rhinestones Basic Jewels. They're not the ones that coordinated with this paper, and I couldn't find the Iridescent Gems, I think they were called. And they were really pretty. They looked like flowers. They were. And then I have some stamp sets. I have Loveliest Tree. I like that. Happy Birthday. I might make a thank you card with that. Thanks. Unbounded Love. I love this Happy Birthday. Oh, I'm off center here. I'm over here. Birthday Wishes is kind of nice. Oh, maybe I'll show you a trick with Happy Birthday. We'll do that. And then I love balloons, putting balloons on kids' birthday cards. They're festive. We still buy balloons for each other here, and our youngest is 23. So, all right. So let's get busy. There are so many colors in this paper pack, but I grabbed Berry Burst. And if I have time, if we're that quick, I'll make a second card with Granny Apple Green. And then I have just, this scrap was in with this paper. I assume this is 4 1/4, but it's got this flap. So here's my quickest tip. I'm getting my words all mixed up. Take a piece of pattern paper, trim it down so it's just, you could do it exactly the same size, and then adhere it, and then you can see both sides of your paper. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. So it's 4 1/4. We're going to trim this down a little bit. So I went 1/8 of an inch bigger or smaller than the full size. So 4 1/8 and 1/8 less here. So that's 5 3/8 because 5 1/2 is our standard card. I love this sunburst. So pretty. And then you can adhere. I kind of like it like this. So you see it's a 1/16 of an inch reveal all the way around. And we're going to add adhesive right here. And like that. Quick. All right. Hello, Alma. Thank you for joining us. Are the storms up there in Little Falls? I think that I don't know how far this storm, how far north this storm goes, but we heard thunder about half an hour ago, and it scared all of us. It was pretty funny. So super quick. You can see both sides of the paper. So you can make this with any width. This just happens to be a piece of cardstock that was in with my paper. I often like to make this an extra inch and then put a piece of embossed cardstock on top of it just to hide it. But very quick. And I probably just put a quick sentiment. I think the hexagon is too big to add to this, but quick. Those are the kinds of quick things I share on Fast and Frugal Friday. I really want to use Berry Burst. I don't use this color often enough. I usually go for Melon Mambo if I'm going for a deep pink, but this is the color that's in the paper, so I thought we'd do that. And I have white that is just my standard 4 by 5 1/4. So that's a nice reveal. And so I'm going to punch out pieces that have Berry Burst in it. I should have practiced because I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this in a while. Let's start with this one. I think this is the Berry Burst. So I'm just going to punch out a few of these. And I want a variety of pinks. We're going to do almost all pink though. The dots would be kind of fun. I'm just looking at my papers here. Oh, yellow. That would have been fun to do a yellow one. And we're actually going to need some partial pieces. So I can use this scrap and just punch. I do a garbage right there. I did not throw that on the floor. Just so you know. All right. Let's see. Oh, we're going to go this way. Until I'm a little nervous because I'm not exactly sure of what I'm doing. It's been a while. So we're going to put this in here. And we're just punching up our scraps. Great use for scraps. because you know the colors in a paper pack all coordinate. And then we're going to take a layer. I could put it on there, but and a little bit of glue. I probably did this when the punch first came out. So I'm lining it up on my grid just to try to get it straight, just like that. And then we're going to take another one. Oop. Alma says the storm passed and sun peeking out, just rain and lightning. Oh, okay. Good to know. And I think I just got adhesive on here. I did. I'm going to use my adhesive scissors right away to trim this off, which I was going to do later. We're going to clean that up. I'm going to save this because I might need that to fill in the rest of my card. So you just punch and layer on there. Let's see what else. Oh, this is pretty. I like that. It looks like clouds. Isn't that funny? So we're just going to layer this all up. There's yellow in here too. I really want to avoid it. I want this monochromatic. I don't know why. I just am in that kind of mood. So we have a few punches. We've had a few punches that you could do this with over the years. Obviously, you could use die cuts too. That would take a lot more time if you had to die cut pieces to go on here. So now that I'm beyond the middle, I don't want to put adhesive here like I did on that piece. So I put adhesive on my white piece before, and then adhere the shape to it. So we've had some other hexagons. I mean, you could really do this with any shape. You could do it with a circle. You'd see more of your background, which could be kind of fun. If you put, oh, here come all the ideas. What if instead of white, you had, oh, like this. What if instead of white, we use something like this and put circles on it? And you'd see the background behind the circles. That'd be kind of fun. So whatever scraps of paper you have, this would be a great technique for. All right. So I like the darker color there. So I'm just going to adhere. Sorry, I'm probably in the way. This paper is so fun. All right. Look at that. That one's almost perfect. So I'm just going to hold on to the edge. So I talked about how I store my ephemera pieces. I just take them out of the package, and I keep the package wrapping. I don't keep the heavy cardboard, but I keep the backing just so that I know what colors and what the name of the ephemera pack is. And here, this one has a little bit of purple. Let's see. So that's what I keep in the box, the ephemera pack. I have some of the cards too that coordinate. Here are more scraps. For my designer series paper, these 6-inch pieces, I create an envelope using my envelope punch board. Sorry, we don't offer that anymore, but I think a few of you do have it. I use an old piece of designer series paper and create I think this is 6x8 envelope to keep the my 6-inch designer series paper in, and then all the scraps go in there too, so it's easy to keep organized. And then it's just under my the rest of my paper in the box. So okay, if these are mostly green, oh here, that'll work. I like the bright. All right, I think I'm talking more than I'm working, aren't I? This would be much quicker. And then just even that out. I think that's good. Sometimes I'll fill the corners, but I like the way that looks. Scissors, not the mouse. All right. And then just trim them off. I could save those, but those are kind of small, so we are not going to save those. Can you believe it? Oh, that edge. And then I have that piece of ephemera and the balloons. I could color in the balloons. I kind of like the black and white. I'm going to put that on my lamp stand. Sorry for my arms in there. Oh, it's kind of fun. It turned out better than I thought it would, to be honest. But I've talked about keeping die cuts in with, like, die cut some cardstock and just keep them in your stash, like I do with my Spotlight on Nature. So here's my envelope, and I have, while I'm watching a movie, I could put those on there. A great thing to do is, if you have word dies, die cut a whole bunch in white. You can always color them in with a blending brush and ink and make them any color you want, or just do black and white, and then you can always mix and match. So I could color in the happy birthday and the balloons, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to pop them up on some with some dimensionals. Quick and easy. So if you'd like to see quick and easy, join me on Fridays. I'm not live on YouTube. They are recorded. And I don't have a set time that they post. Because to be honest, sometimes I forget that Friday's coming. Put this right there. And I don't record them till later, till like Friday morning. I try not to do that, but sometimes life gets away. And let's see, do we want to... No, I do want one on there. Alright. What time is it? 1:45. I have time. Do you want me to make another one? I think I'm going to make another one. Look at that. Oh, I do have a layer. And I didn't do any stamping, did I? Oh my gosh, I have to stamp. You know, I love to stamp. So, I'm going to use, I'll let you look at this while I go and grab an envelope. I like long skinny ones for this. This stamp set is really fun. I don't use the corners very much. So I did grab, I didn't grab Berry Burst. I have Petunia Pop, Blueberry Bushel, Granny Apple Green, and Pretty in Pink. We're going to use the Petunia. No, we're going to use the Pretty in Pink. And make sure this is going to fit on the inside. Yep. So we're going to stamp some balloons on there. And some balloons on the envelope. How fun is that? Maybe we'll do the other one. My other idea, and it's not that different, is just stamping on the middle one, on the middle hexagon. I have some white cardstock scraps where you could stamp on the middle hexagon. You know what? Let's see. I have so much on my table. No, I've lost my papers. There we go. Let's do a Granny Apple Green. So again, I'm sharing this because our sale starts tomorrow. This one, I can be a little... Oh, look at all those greens. Oh, look at the back side. So line it up. I kind of like that white, even though this one has white on it. And we'll put this here. We'll look through the ephemera pack together. I'm sure there's more in there. Okay, green. This one has green. And a little bit of blue. We'll go this way. Just so it looks different. See, those two don't look that similar. And I'm just tossing things aside. There we go. There's some green. Alright, that's enough to get started. You know what? This one doesn't fit anymore, does it? Oh, this one does. We're going to do this side. Alright. You know what? Since I mentioned stamping, let's do that. Let's stamp Birthday Wishes from the Simply Said. I've been pulling this one a lot. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll show you how I have a trick for stamping that happy birthday. Alright, so a piece of white. Sorry, I'm not looking at comments. Hello, Lori. Oh, actually, Lori, I'm still live. If you're still here. You may have left. You may have thought I was not live. And hello, Jean. Thank you, thank you. When you put that on cardstock, it really pops, doesn't it? I thought about just putting this on the green, but then I thought better of it. So there's... All right, let me clean up a little bit. So just a hexagon, and I want to stamp some balloons. This is Granny Apple Green. No, let's stamp Birthday Wishes first. That might be crooked. Oh, that's good. And I really wanted balloons on there, so what I'm going to do, if I can find a scrap of paper, I'm going to stamp off. Let's see how many I can get. 1, 2, 3. No, we're going to go 2. So I like to practice first. There's 1, and now I can put balloons over the top. And I know it's going to be light enough. Let's do another one. Stamp off. And we'll put it right there. I purposely made it go above the letters so that you could see, because if you didn't see the balloon, you may not know what that stamping is. All right. So now we can put it together. Again, this is 5 1/4 by 4. And just like we did the first one, I'll pull this back, just like this one. It'll be quick. I kind of like it in the middle. Oh, I have those sequins too. I showed you those. We'll put some of those on here. I kind of wish that were a different color already, but maybe once I'm done. Turning it sideways might make it look very different. And some adhesive here. Sorry, I'm going upside down for you. Adhesive there. Well, do you have an adhesive remover? Do you have one of these things? They're very handy. So even though that's the same pattern next to each other, I think turning it, or I actually punched it the other direction. I'll show you straight on while I put adhesive on here. I think changing the direction makes it look like a different pattern. Oops. There we go. We need more. One more. Oh, this one will work. That's what's on the back side. I don't like the splotches near as much I like these like whitewashed ones, and I like the starburst ones. The splotches weren't my favorite pattern of this pack. Alright. Hold that there for a minute, and then I can use my eraser. And kind of like your erasing pencil, and it the corner picks it up. Don't ask me how. I think this is just rubber. I think I have adhesive on my fingers. I like to pick it up too like that. Dollar Tree, I hate to tell you. We used to sell them. But things like that just come and go, and right now we don't have them. Look at this, 2 cards in less than half an hour. That's pretty quick. And I didn't have hardly anything prepared. I had an idea. Like I said, I probably made one of these for you back when this... I'm putting this on here just to take some of that adhesive, so I don't make such a mess. When this punch first came out, I probably did this, or at least showed you a sample. And these are garbage. And again, I think Kathy's going to say, yep, it pops again. Layers on your cards. It's probably for a new stamper, that would be the first thing I would recommend. Layers. This would be even more stunning with a layer of, I believe that's shaded spruce behind it. So I'm going to turn it over and burnish, because I'm not sure everything's set yet. So there's that. You can't really see that white, can you? But it works. It's okay. Let's grab some gems. You know what? I think I'm going to add some balloons to this too. I think there are some more balloons in my ephemera pack. Let's look through here. See, I put the gold trim tags. Look at all those sentiments. Now, these are greetings for all. Mine do not have adhesive, and on the website it says that they have adhesive. So I don't know if they changed the format since I received mine, or if they're wrong on the website that says they're adhesive backed. I'm glad they're not, because I like to pop them up. There we are. Here's an ephemera pack. Look, we can put all kinds of things on there. There's balloons. Let me keep looking. There might be something else we can add to our... I have a few card bases in here. Some words. And here are some items. If you don't like to color, here's some ideas. I don't know if I see anything I want to put on there. I guess I could put a cupcake. It doesn't really go. Oh, there's colored balloons. Let's see what that looks like. All kinds of things. And then these are labels and layers. See, this is what I mean. I kept this label in here with them. I need to take that away. Throw that away. But here, their labels and layers are what these are. Just something quick, and like I said, there are already some little bit of color on them. But that way you don't need all these die shapes. They're quick and easy, ready to go. Just a small stamp, and you'd be ready. You'd be done. Okay, I do want to share a few more things with you. Oh yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Here again, I should have thought ahead and put... You can see there's a little bit of blue and orange on, or blue, but that's right. It works. Oh, cute! Cute, cute, cute. And look, I'm just full of tips today. So I have, this is cardstock little bottom to make it sturdy, and then just a box made out of designer series paper. And I keep ready-made card bases and layers in there. Let's make sure this is the right. It is for, see, that's not right. Nope. This is 5 Oh, by 3 3/4. There we go. So on the inside of my card, I could include a layer, just a scrap of one of my designer series papers, or I could stamp. Let's stamp. And Granny Apple Green. Right there. And an envelope. So I'm learning to do the insides of my cards, even if it is just a... And then I do want to show you one more thing. If you have time, stick around for 3 more minutes. It won't take me long. Okay, let's put this card together. I have one more thing to show you about getting more out of your stamps. Sorry, I'm probably off. But there's the inside. And that. Oh, just move things over. Move things over. And I wanted to use the happy birthday in the Simply Said. Oh, that one says that celebrate. This one, happy birthday. It's long and skinny, so I like to use this block. You could use a D block if you have the big square. We're going to stamp happy birthday, but just because I want to show you this, obviously I could just stamp happy birthday there. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, so I'm only going to ink up the happy on the edge of my ink pad. I did get the B a little bit. I'm just going to use my finger. If I don't have inky fingers, that's not very common. So now I'll just stamp happy. I'm going to clean off my stamp very well. Oh, good, you can see that on the video. I think I'm really tight in there. And then I want to do the birthday. So if you have a die cut that your sentiment doesn't fit, so then I just inked up birthday, and I can put that underneath. Just like that. So that was this. So just ink up just a happy, and then make sure it's clean and dry before you ink up birthday. Otherwise, if it were still dirty or a little wet, I would have had a smudge on this side of birthday. So that's my big tip for today. So kind of fun. I'll probably add more to this, but a fun way to see both sides of the paper. And there is one card. Look at that. 803, and I kind of made 2.5 cards. I'll call that a half card. Oh, I forgot these. Let's add some of these just because we can, and I got them out. I think this is going to be icing on the cake, even though I don't have any. Let's do a big one. I like to do odd numbers in a triangle, and look, which ones should we do? I think the yellow. The greens don't quite match. So instead of trying to match, I just coordinate. And we'll put these all in the middle. There we go. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Check out the website tomorrow. Where did my last envelope go? There we go. I really like how they turned out. I have to say so. Let the paper do the work. They were easy, right? Okay. Thank you for joining me. Let's make sure. Kathy says, yep, it pops. It does. That layers and the colors, the bright colors, I really didn't like it before I put it on that green. As I said, another dark layer between the white layer and the Granny Apple Green would have really made it pop. But, oh, hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you for joining. I'm almost done. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning if you want to see how I made them. But thank you. I think we're good. Thanks for joining, everybody. I appreciate you watching live. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself, and that would be kind of odd. So thanks. I appreciate it. Have a great week. Bye.